We've got power from the original headlight circuit breaker, and we're powering the common terminal, hot terminal of the relays. Okay. We have taken the wire off of the 4 and 5 terminal up here and brought it down as a trigger wire for the coil.
Okay.
Now we're going to take another 12 gauge wire, put a terminal on it, crimp it, wiggle test it, and now we're going to come down to the high beam and we're going to put it on. We're going to put it on terminal, the outside terminal, which is terminal 87. I'm going to put eyelet terminal on. Make sure all your terminals are tight. Down. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other relay. We're going to go back on terminal 87. Crimp, wiggle test. And now this is going to go on the low beam relay on terminal 87, which is the outside terminal. We measure our wires. Eyelet terminal, crimp, pull and wiggle test, go on the low beam terminal. Okay, so that's the last of the wires that we have to put in this here loom feed.
Okay.
And so now we're going to take and make it pretty again. Alright, now we're all done except for one more wire. And that wire has got to be a ground for the coil of the relay. And because we're so little current being pulled through that, we're only going to use 14 gauge wire. And we're going to make another jumper. Since we're putting two 14s together, we're going to use a big connector again. Wiggle test, pull. Okay, now we're going to hook this up to the ground side of the coil. Making sure that you get it onto the metal part of the clip and not into the plastic area. Now we've got all our connections made to the relays. Okay, here's your hot feed coming into number 30 terminals and jumpered over for the second relay. Here we've got the trigger wire coming from the wire we took off of number 4 or number 5, going to the coil side of the relay. Coil side. That would be this here one right here. For this would be the one for low beam. This one over here would be for high beam. The other side of the coil, we've jumpered it across on both relays, and this other wire will go to ground as soon as I get these anchored. Your hot came in, and now on this side, these are the wires that are going back up and replacing the wire we took off before on both terminals.
And he's pointing to these terminals up here on this power strip right there.
This is number 5 for the high beam, number 4 for low beam. And you can see where we installed the extra wires that are coming from the relay up there. So now we've got a clear path for the a good 12-volt source going through the relay and right back up here. Okay, this is the ground wire. It does not require any terminals. There again, after you make that connection, make sure it's tight and do your wiggle and pull test. And that completes the installation. The next thing to do is go in and try your headlights to see if they all work.
There's dim, there's high. There's dim and there's high.
That completes our installation. And that takes care of most of all the Beaver coaches from 97 on up to about 2005 or something like that. If you're getting to a coach that's got multiplexing, then there's a different procedure you have to use because you don't want to mess up with any of the multiplexing.